I didn't take videos or anything because I had to get it off quick. But the turbo kit's gone, guys. It's leaving in that truck. No more T3 turbo. I also got the rear manifold out of there too, but no more T3 turbo, downpipe, none of that. I wonder what's happening now. Those are the headers off of the Comp G before it went turbo. Here's the other front. It's way too long to just kind of work upside down and backwards, you know. Way too far over. But we take these two runners, link them up right here. We're looking pretty good there. Might end up messing with it a little bit. That might be where we end up with it. Not 100% sure yet, but then I would end up taking the longer one and just making it short. But it's not exactly in the best position. I'll see what I can work with. Got this one runner cut off. Alright, it's gotten a little dark because it's been like another hour or two. This was kind of a task to do by myself, but turned out halfway decent. Goes right over. It'll clear the trans, no problem. I didn't have to do a whole lot. 100% going to have an issue trying to get a downpipe over that. So that'll be fun. Okay, so one of the things that I was worried about when I did this was being able to access the spark plugs, because it's already kind of a pain to get at the back of these, so I wanted to be able to get access, and just barely is there access. Be a little tight. Need to use a longer ratchet so that you can have some grip on it, but it works. So snap them loose quick and reach in and spin them out with your hands. So only thing I did was cut between about 1.5 inches to an inch on each runner, and I cut the long one off, scooted the other ones over, and it pretty much lined up in the perfect spot. I did kind of tilt it down just a little, but that's kind of about it. Then I just took the existing bends, had to get a little creative. I got a little bit of a gap to fill. If you had better cutting equipment, you could definitely do it better than I did. And better welding equipment, you can do better welds. But should work. And as far as V1 of this prototype, I'm cool with it. I might end up doing a set of headers for the 3800 and offering them to the community. Turbo headers specifically, because there's nobody who offers turbo headers, so that'd be kind of cool. Here's a little better look at it while it's tacked. V1 though, came out pretty nice, and I just gotta cut this off because this was scrap and I made some use out of it. Well, I test fitted in the car, didn't fit. So now it looks like this. It will eventually hug up right about there. I know you're thinking, what the hell? But the transmission's only got a little bit of a lip that sticks out and the bolt goes in. So it should be able to sneak right past. Should be able to sneak right past that and go right over the little hump in the trans. This is what I'm talking about right here. So I almost want to put an engine together on this thing right here just so I can get a good placement for it, but we'll see. Alright, I folded. If I can do it with it basically in the car, outside of the car, I'm just going to do that. Alright, so this is working out really well. So I don't have runner 2 on, because, you know, and don't mind the welds. Paid $30 for the welder, but I'll clean them up. And I got that, the harder transition right there. Started with the easiest right there in the middle, and I worked on the outside. It's pretty much right where the factory crossover goes, and it leaves me plenty of room to throw the 3-inch downpipe back where it was, and it'll be just fine. Headers, turbo, big turbo too. This transmission is gonna be screaming for its life. Alright, I got back in here. I got the second runner done. The welds are dog shit because it wasn't cooperating at first. I had to replace my contact tip here. I got a turbo header now. Alright, the only thing left to do is weld on the V-band. But I might wait until I get the crossover going. It's not like the biggest deal if it's moved, because I can always move the crossover pipe. So I could just finish weld this quick. We'll find out. Well, I got this one 3-inch thick, but I might be setting it back. Not really in love with the fin density. Not really in love with the fact that it doesn't go all the way over. And the 4-inch thick one was like another 50 bucks. So I was trying to save a little bit of money, seeing how I'm buying a whole bunch of others too, but I don't know. The fitment's good. Width, height, all that, just thickness. It's 3-inch versus a 4. Should be doing a lot better than that thing. Decisions. Alright, I got the front bumper off, got that coupler off. That comes directly from the turbo, so I might end up redoing this to 2.5, try to get a little bit better flow, but I opened it up to 2.5 right away. I think I'm keeping it. It sucks. It's not the best one in the world. It should do better than that. Here we go. Alright, so anybody who's putting a front mount on their Regal or W body, I'm not 100% sure if it's the same all across the board, but the front crash bar that kind of helps support the bumper mounts to this. There's this little foam deal. And it's got 3 push connectors right here and 2 over on the sides. So luckily, since those are so far out, this is a 31 by 12 by 3, and it fits perfectly right in between both of the headlights. So you'd only need to cut right up until that hole on either side, so you'll have 2 out of the 3 mounting points to put this foam back on. Won't have any bumper sag, you barely even know it's there. Okay, so what I did was tried to concave it with the shape. Worked a little better on this side, but if I were to put a bar flat across right there, it would sit just about where my other one would, which I wish it was about 1 inch higher or so, so that's what I'm about to do. I'm going to figure out how to space the bar that I'm putting across up. Okay, simple enough. I have this bar, and if you can tell, that's a 17 mil. That's like a 11/16 or something. But they were only like just the littlest hair off of being the exact same size, so I just used them. Got the crash bar all supported now. That bitch ain't going nowhere. Alright y'all, that's basically going to wrap it up for this video. We got the intercooler mounted up. I painted it. Sits pretty good in between the fog lights. I'm waiting on the new set of headers to get delivered so I can use the front one and then modify that. Then we'll make the crossover, get the turbo set in place, and get some fabrication in the next video.